There are budget boards, there are premium boards, and then there's this. A brass bottom TKL with a rock texture nav cluster, dual gasket mounts, and a metal artisan to boot. All for about $200. This is the DK1 and it just might be the biggest value disruptor we have seen all year. Hey everyone, welcome back to Scoop Bar. Today we're checking out the DK1 TKL, keyboard made by GDK, a newer studio that's making a surprisingly bold entrance, and it's being sold by none other than Unikeys. This review is sponsored by Unikeys, and as always, our opinion are our own. Unikeys did not review this video in advance. Affiliate links and codes are in the description, so if you want to support the channel, that is the easiest way to do it. And if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. It means a lot and helps us keep this thing going. Now, I know value is one of those buzzwords that gets thrown around a lot, but after spending some time building and typing on this, I'm kinda a little dumbfounded because this board isn't just good for what it is. This is a genuinely interesting board in its own right. So we're going to walk through the build, talk about what works and what doesn't, and why this board could reset what is a good value in the TKL space. Let's get into it. Out the box, this thing is dense. Especially if you're going for the copper configuration, you're looking at over 3.3 kilograms fully built. Even the aluminum configuration isn't light. The anodizing is solid, smooth to the touch, even coloring, no scuffs or weird discoloration. The kit also includes a metal artisan, not something you see very often in boards at around $200. Now the front height, it is just 15.5 millimeter. This might be the slimmest feeling TKL I've ever used. There's just a sleekness here that's hard to describe, but immediately noticeable once your hands are on it. The DK1 is GDK's first product in their new D series, and they did not cut corners on the machining details. From the wild cutouts inside the case to the dual structure gasket system, while GDK might be new, the vendor backing them is not. This board is being sold by Unikeys, and if you've been around the hobby for a minute, you know that they're one of the most reliable vendors out there. They're also the sponsor of today's video, and it's kind of a perfect fit. Unikeys doesn't just sell switches and boards. They're involved in supporting new design studios and helping bring new ideas to the market. And the owner, DY, he himself is also very involved in a hobby as well. So whether you're hunting for keycaps, accessories, or just want solid customer service, they've got you covered. And also, Uni and Udon, DY's dogs, they are absolutely adorable, and fun fact, Unikeys is actually named after Uni. So if you want to get technical, it's actually Unikeys, and we actually all know who the real boss is over there, and his name is not DY. So big thanks to Unikeys for sponsoring this video. We appreciate the support, and now back to the review. The DK1 is understated but not boring, and I actually appreciate the clean minimalist design language here. Narrow bezels, clean lines, and flat top case gives a very modern minimal profile. But then there's this, the nav cluster badge. It uses a unique rock texture finish, almost like stone, but it's machined metal. And this part might kind of split people in two different camps. Some will love how bold it is, and some might find it distracting. Personally, I think it gives the board some identity in a sea of safe TKL designs. Also, I really like the exposed way peeking from the front. It's a small touch, but it adds visual interest without overcomplicating the design. Let's talk mounting. The DK1 uses 3 gasket types, beans, and 2 different types of socks, and each comes in 2 firmness levels. You can mix firmness within the same type, but you cannot combine beans and socks on the same build. This gives you real flexibility when tuning your typing feel and sound. Now, I ended up preferring the hard bean setup. It gives me the most consistent spacebar acoustics. Also, my prototype unit comes with plate mounted stabs only, but I am told that the group buy version will have support for PCB mounted stabs. Now, I don't really have an issue with plate mounted stabs, except that I do dislike the fact that they limit PCB layout compatibility. This is in order to have plate mounted stabs, the plate can only support one layout format. Also, a build tip, the feet come in two thickness. Thinner ones go up front, thicker ones go for the back. The PCB supports hot swap and battery slot for the wireless, though it doesn't come pre-installed. It's easy to add, just make sure you line up the polarity. This board sounds clean for a gasket mount. There's no internal foam, but the case design with all its internal cutouts naturally kills off echoes and case ping. It's controlled, a little compressed, with a satisfying bottom out that isn't overly hollow. Also, just a heads up, because the feet are pretty thin and the board is relatively heavy, you're going to need a desk mat, or else you're going to get a pretty aggressive desk thud when you're using the board. Now, the sound signature shifts a lot depending on the gasket combo, especially under the spacebar. Softer gasket gave me a more uneven tone, while the harder ones tighten things up nicely. Which one do you prefer? Let us know in the comments. Always love hearing what configuration people vibe with. So who is the DK1 for? Honestly, anyone who wants to get serious about custom keyboards without jumping into the $500 territory. This isn't just good for the price, this is a genuinely thoughtful board that gives you a lot of tuning options, unique design choices, and strong acoustics right out the box. Now, it's not perfect, right? There are some quirks like the thuddiness if you don't use a desk mat, or that nav cluster might be polarizing. But as a first release, this sets a really high bar for what an entry-level custom could look like. Like I said, this might reset what is expected in the TKL space. Now, if you've been eyeing a TKL but haven't found something that excites you, this might be it. So here is where I land for the DK1. I like the dual gasket system. It's got real impact on the sound and feel. I like the machining and the finish for the price. It's got fun aesthetic details like the artisan and exposed front weight. And also it's got actual copper and brass bottom option for around $200. Now, you'll definitely need a desk mat, and the navigation cluster badge could be a love it or leave it kind of a thing. But overall, this doesn't just offer value, it disrupts what we can expect from value boards. The DK1 isn't trying to be safe, and that's what makes it interesting. So what do you think? Does the DK1 TKL hit the mark for you, or you're still waiting on that perfect TKL? Drop your thoughts below, we read every comment. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and hit that sub button, and stick around for more Scoop Bar content. We've got sound tests, build guides, and some really fun projects coming up. Check the description for affiliate links and code. Using those helps support the channel at no extra cost to you. And a huge thanks again to Unikeys for supporting this video. Alright, that's it from me. Be kind to your desk, use a mat. I love you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.